Good morning. The next 3 days, I'm very much hoping will be productive days. I'm hoping to get as much of it done as possible today so that I can relax a bit more the next few days, but we'll see. I've got 3 days. And each day I've got something on. I think I've mentioned that already, but not a lot. So today I've got about 2 hours until I need to go to an appointment, and actually I'm going to talk about that in my running video. And then I expect that will be, I'm going to say I won't be home until earliest 1:30, I would say, maybe. And I'm intending to leave at 11:15. So I am missing a couple of hours, but then I've got the whole afternoon and evening free, although I'm hoping to go to the kosher shops tonight. So that will also take a bit of time. So I'm not gonna do all the changeover stuff and cleaning stuff this morning because I don't want to stop halfway through. And also I think I'll want lunch when I get home, although we've got very little food, so I don't know what I'll do about that. But what I do want to do, first of all, is the dishes, because there's a lot. It's actually not that much, but there's just one really big pot, so it makes everything feel bigger. And maybe also get my suitcase that has all my summer stuff out of storage so that I've at least got it ready to go. And potentially I'll even start putting things on the bed from my winter clothes that I want to pack away. We'll see how much time we have. But before I do the dishes, I'm going to be doing lots of time lapses, I think, in today's video. I just want to talk about our drying rack. Let me show you. It looks like this, but this is extendable. I don't know, it's hard for me to do because there's a kettle on the way at the moment, but it can go quite far out. I knew when I was here on my own for the first month or two, no, it was more, it was almost 3 months. Well, no, it was 2. I knew that I wanted some sort of drying rack or whatever you call it, because what we have, you know how sinks come often with a thing on the side? That's not at all tilted, so the water just drips down but doesn't go into the sink, and it just all sits in its own wetness. And I just needed something that would let the water drip. But Wayne found this one, which first of all is fantastic because it is extendable, and as you can see we've got quite a small counter space, but when we need a bigger drying rack we can move things around to have the space, like I will do in a moment. But also it is slanted, and I don't know if you can see, it's got this thing, so the water will drip into the sink. It makes me very happy. We've been very happy with it. Wayne bought it, so I will see if he's still got the link, and I will link it down below. If it is, it probably was Amazon, I imagine, so if you're looking for a drying rack, we recommend this one. But I am now going to put away the couple of dry things and then wash up. The thing about me is I quite like washing up, actually. It's one of those household chores that I will happily always sort of volunteer to do. But I don't like washing up in the mornings because I usually am awake before Wayne, and I feel like the water will disturb him. I don't want to wake him up. And sometimes in the evening or even after lunch, sometimes I'm just not in the mood right then and there to wash up. But when it's my own house, I don't mind having dishes stack up, especially because I know I'm going to do them. And luckily Wayne doesn't mind it either, so, we'll stack a bunch of things over the course of a day, and then in the evening when I get home, I'll wash up before we then start on supper or whatever. Last night was a bit of a weird night, and I did actually wash up, I think, when I got home. Or at least I put away some stuff. But after supper, I was just we had supper really late, so I was just not happening, which is why it feels like it's built up. So I'm gonna get on with that, and we'll do a lovely little time lapse for you, and I will see you after at some point. Hello. I obviously finished washing up, and I've just taken out the stuff from storage, and I'm exhausted and my back hurts. I've put my box of Pesach things that's been sealed for years on that chair, and I'm very nervous because I know I left food in there and I'm just very scared to open it. But that's gonna stay sealed until some of the kitchen is cleaned and Pesach friendly, so we're leaving that there. Although, as I was moving it, I did hear what sounded like pots and pans, which is good because I didn't think I had any Pesach pots and pans. I mean, I must have bought some when I was in Ireland. The reason why I have food is because I was so in the middle of nowhere that I had to do a pre-Pesach order and just try and gauge how much I would need for the week. And obviously I very much overstocked, I suppose. So there were leftovers, and I thought, most Pesach stuff and cupboard stuff lasts for a year. I didn't expect it to be a number of years before I would look at the box again. But that's not for now. Gosh, I'm so tired and hot. I've just opened a window as well. But I've got up my suitcase that has not just my winter clothes, but everything ever. Like all my decorative stuff and house stuff that, you know, I can't put up because this place is so small, or sentimental stuff, like all that. So it's this giant case and I filled it to the brim. So I'm not sure about when I'm putting my winter stuff away. First of all, if it's all gonna fit, because obviously summer clothes are thinner and lighter than, and just less bulky as well than winter clothes. But also, like, I do still have, I think, 3 or 4 other cases which are currently empty, and it might just be easier in terms of access to put my winter stuff in just one case. That's easier to take out of storage when it gets to like September, October time. But equally, I don't want to fill all my cases up with stuff because I do intend to do some traveling. So not loads admittedly this year, but definitely I've got 1 travel booked in June and who knows what else. But I'll figure that out later. As you may see, I folded back my duvet and I think I'm just going to start putting winter gear on my bed and just get started with that. And I'm so excited. I've been thinking about doing this literally for weeks. I'm so excited to get rid of my winter stuff. My biggest concern though, as I go into this, is winter stuff is generally currently taking up more like shelf space in my cupboard, and summer stuff is definitely going to take up more hanging stuff because it's generally a lot of dresses. And our hanging space is already so overfull, and I'm really not taking much away from our hanging space. I don't even know if we're going to have enough hangers. So that's going to be fun, but that's not right now. Right now, I'm just going to take away all my winter stuff and I'm so excited. I will do a time lapse in a moment, but the first thing I want to show you that I'm like most excited about clearing out are my jumpers. So I'm just going to show you what I've got at the moment and then I'll get started and time lapse it. These 2 cubby hauls are jumpers, scarves, hats, gloves, like all proper winter stuff. And I have so many jumpers. So I think I'm going to leave myself like a handful, but we're going to get rid of most of it and I'm so excited. Let's go. Alexa, skip please. Alexa, skip please. Alexa, skip please. Alright, we've sorted through a lot. The only thing I'm stuck on really is my pyjama trousers, because at the moment I literally don't have any pairs for summer. I can only think of 1 that I have in my cupboard, and potentially shorts. Oh, and I think maybe I have a nightgown. I'm currently wearing, oh no I'm not, but there's a pair on the bed. I forgot I changed my trousers when I got up. But I'm currently keeping this one out, but actually maybe that's not necessary, because these are obviously quite warm. I've only got fluffy trousers for winter, but I do get very warm when I'm in bed. Maybe we'll leave these. So in that case, this is all like up until those t-shirts. This is all the stuff from my cupboards that I'm keeping. Short sleeve, long sleeve, trousers, socks, and pyjama tops. That's my pile of hanging stuff with some pyjamas and socks on there that are going. And then we've got these 2 huge piles of everything. So the question now is, do I put these away or do I take out my summer things? My cupboard is currently very empty, which is fantastic, although I haven't obviously put those things back yet, but that won't take up a lot of space. The hanging cupboard, I'll just show you my half, is quite full already, and I've only got a handful of hangers. How many do I have? 3, 5, 7, 10. I have 10 hangers, plus there's still stuff in the wash. So that's fun. What time is it? It's 10:05, so I have about an hour before I need to go. I'm not going to do very much. I have already decided. This is now my jumpers, and oh, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted in terms of jumpers. And this pink one I wouldn't necessarily have kept because it's really quite warm, but it's so great for auditions, so I've left it out. So I've got 4 jumpers, plus I've got 1 zip up that's out, or actually in the wash. I've got 1 scarf and 1 set of gloves and 1 hat, just in case, you know, winter hits again. And this is like a thing that I wear for shul, synagogue. And then, it's very messy at the moment because I just dumped it in to get it out of the way. I'm moving my fitness training gear to here, running gear, which had been in that cupboard, but now is in there. And I feel like that's good because that's going to make me more motivated to wear it and train. I think I'll start by putting back the things I've got, and then I can maybe use that space of the bed to put the case on and start sorting through summer stuff. I don't think I'm going to get all this done in an hour, but I don't have to. Just this already feels so good. Oh, it feels so freeing. All right, I'm gonna do that. Right, trying to get the suitcase on the bed meant that this all collapsed, but it's here. Now the first things I'm seeing is that I do have a few more summery jumpers in here, so maybe we take out some of the more wintry ones. Although I don't know what, like, the red one's really nice. The pink one, as I say, I really want to keep for auditions. I'm growing fond of the London sweatshirt one, and I've got the green hoodie, but I feel like one hoodie is a good idea. Maybe we sacrifice that one. But yeah, I'm seeing jumpers, and then I'm seeing a couple of dresses, and oh, tops. And some more dresses underneath here. This is gonna be so much fun. I think what I'm gonna do is clear another section of the bed and just take things out, but I don't think I'm gonna take everything out. There'll be some stuff I'm just gonna leave in there. Such fun, such fun. I think I've taken out the things I want. There is still a lot more in here. I'm looking at a cactus dress and wondering if I should take that out. Yeah, fine, I will. But aside from hanging stuff, it's really not a lot. And even the hanging stuff isn't as much as I thought it would be, or as worried, like I was worried it was going to be more. So that's all good. I've left a lot in the case. In fact, yeah, no. I think I'm happy with the choice I've made. It's an interesting thought though, that like, there's at least 10 items of clothing in here that I'm not going to have worn all year. And it's like, why am I holding on to them if I'm not even wearing them? But I don't know, that's not for now. I think what I'm going to try and do is get as much of my winter clothes in this case, but then I'm also going to put some in another case because I really don't think it's all going to fit and I can't be bothered trying to force it to all fit. And also I can see I've got my autumn mug in here, so I'm going to want to go into this case around September, October time anyway to take that out. It's 10:30. I think I'm going to do what I can until 11 and then give myself 15 minutes to like get ready and go. I mean, I actually don't think this will take half an hour to pack things away. Currently I'm just leaving that pile of new stuff on the bed and I'll sort through that after. I kind of just want to get rid of this really big case. I don't like it. Yay. Okay, I've packed the first big suitcase and put it back in storage. And I didn't get a lot in there, but I did get my 3 big coats and that feels like a huge win. And I think what I'm going to do is use the case that I usually would use for travel to put the rest of my stuff if it fits. Because I've discovered I have another slightly bigger case that I can use for travel. And this one's sort of on its, well, not quite on its last legs, but it's definitely losing its quality a little bit. So the real question is, will all of this fit into this? And let me tell you, if it does, that's gonna change stuff for future packing, holiday things. There's lots of sounds going on. Right, I've got about 20 minutes. Let's go. We did it! This is filled to the brim, and it's not very happy with me, but I did it. And theoretically, I've got 10 minutes before I said I wanted to get ready. I might be able to put all my things away in 10 minutes. Or at least, like, organise things. Because currently it's one big pile, so even if I can just say, like, this is hanging stuff, this is trousers, this is dresses, although that's hanging stuff, whatever, pyjamas, tops, that kind of thing, then when I get back, that'll be easy. I was gonna shower this morning before doing all this, and then I said to myself, no, why would I do that to myself? Also, because at the appointment, I think they're gonna be putting stuff on my body, and I think that's gonna be sticky, so I think when I get home, and once I've done, like, or like tonight, I think I'll shower, but I am gonna, I think, wash my face before I go out and put on a lot of deodorant because I just feel gross. But I'm so pleased with this. I did not think I'd get all this done before the appointments. Yay, this is great. I don't love that noise though, I'm really sorry. I just have to have the window open, it's way too warm. Anyway, I'm gonna try and see how much I can do in the next 10 minutes and then I'm gonna go. Hello, timing could not be better. It's literally 11:14. I've put all my summer stuff away. I've put all the winter stuff away. I've put everything back in storage. I'm so happy and I'm very pleased with my timing of everything. I'm now gonna head out and then when I get back, we'll see what we do. I feel like I've now lost my motivation a little bit, but maybe taking a break outside of the house, going outside, all that, maybe that will rejuvenate me. I even had a second to wash my face. I never usually wash my face, but it just felt necessary. And I feel a lot better now. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going outside, getting some fresh air, and then seeing what needs to be done when I get back. But at least that's done. That feels so good. Right, I'm off. I will see you later. Bye. Hello, I'm back. It's exactly 1 o'clock, so that went very fast, very well. And now I'm home and I'm hungry, but I'm not lunch hungry yet. And I'm staring at these donuts. I've been staring at them all day for the last few days, actually. And I keep waiting for Wayne, but never mind. We need to eat up all our chametz, which is like anything that's not kosher Pesach, bready things. And I actually think he might have had one. He has. So I'm gonna have one now. I'm very much in the mood for it. And then I keep thinking like what I need to do first. And I can't decide if I should open the box first or move things around first or clear the fridge first or what. But I think I might start with the fridge, and just because basically the way I do it and the way a lot of my family does it and a lot of sort of more modern Orthodox people do it rather than like the extreme religious groups is that you can keep stuff as long as it's like, first of all, technically sold to someone who is not Jewish because you're not allowed to own anything, but second of all, covered. You're not allowed to look at it, you're not allowed to see it. So if I cover a shelf in the fridge and like close it off with foil, that's technically okay, according to the way I do the religion. So I might just start off by doing that and, you know, putting things, clearing shelves. Even though I'm not gonna have any fridge stuff yet, so I don't know why I'd start with that. I don't know. I'm gonna eat my donut and think about it and get back to you. Yay. I finished my donut and I was thinking about what I'm gonna do, and I just had the very funny realization that in a house in Australia with my family, we're a big family, we host a lot, we have a lot of guests. Pesach is big anyway, and my parents love to cook. So we have boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. And I'm here like moving around my one box trying to figure out what to do with it. And I just thought that was a very funny parallel when I think about like whenever I am in Australia, obviously we're all helping and we're bringing things and, you know, unpacking things, and it takes literally hours, sometimes days. And here I'm like, I'll put the box here, no, I'll put the box here, no, I'll put the box here. But all that to say, I think I'm gonna start with the box and see what I've got. So I made the bed all nice, but I'm gonna put the bed back, the duvet out of the way. I'm gonna wash my bedding, I think, at the end of all this. And I'll put down a towel, a clean towel, obviously. And I'm just gonna see what's in the box because I just have no idea. The only thing is, so basically at the moment the box is on a chair and so I can't use the chair, which annoyed me because I had to eat my donut standing up and I don't like eating while standing or walking. But now it will take up the bed, so I won't be able to use the bed for a bit, but equally that means I just need to get it done, right? I need to find space for things. I've used all my batteries today and I've charged them all and now I'm going through round 2. But anyway, the hardest thing about Pesach is, well, Pesach is hard anyway because there's a lot you can't eat and I really like bready stuff and you can't have any bready things. And I don't think there's any like vegan or vegetarian meats that are kosher Pesach. So it's very much relying on like eggs, potatoes and vegetables, more or less. Because you also can't have like beans. Well, at least I can't. But actually what I find the hardest part of Pesach is these few in between days when you're trying to switch over, and theoretically you can still have anything bready, but you need to be so careful about where you eat it, how you eat it, you know, what you use. It's all just like messy. So I'm thinking now, like if I unpack all this and I need to put it away, but I still want to be able to, you know, fry an egg for lunch and we've got rice for supper, and I just need to think about like how we're gonna do that. But I'm gonna start by putting things on my bed and just seeing what I've got. I'm so scared, I'm so nervous. Right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, I've got loads. Right, that's not food. Okay, let's see the best before dates on these. Matzah cake meal, best before January 2022. Can you see my face? Yes, you can. And another one. In fact, this is in a bag and so it can go on the floor because that's great. This is rock hard. Best before January 2023. I don't even know where this water bottle came from, but I'm quite glad I've got one actually. All right, some homemade matzo ball mix, knedlach mix. Best before November 2021. So glad I kept all these. Ground hazelnuts. I don't even know what I would use that for. But best before May 2022, so we will not be using that. Pineapple for matzo pizza. I can't see a best before on this one. I'm gonna Google that. Because I do think canned goods are usually like meant to be able to last forever. That goes on that side. Potato starch. Best before? Just says 302Y. I don't know what that means. Tomato paste for matzo pizza, also best before, or best if used by September the 1st, 2022. I do have a Haggadah. I wasn't sure if I would have one of these. I've got loads in Australia, but this is like the book that you use for the first 2 nights of Pesach. That's nice. I'm glad I've got one. Grape juice. This before 5th of December 2021. And then I have got 2 boxes, but they're big, of matzah. I mean, these feel like they would last forever. I can't see a best before. Oh, I left one open. How nice of me. I mean, they look okay. Let me see if it says anything on the other box. I might keep this. I mean, I'll buy some as well. And I could even, like, that's unopened. And it looks absolutely fine. I'm like, what's it made of? I think it's just made of flour and water. Literally flour and water. I think I'll keep these. We'll see. And then the last thing I've got, which I actually won't need this year, is a little Seder plate. Oh, ugh. I mean, I'll keep it, but it's not the cleanest. Never know when we might need it though. Right. This is gonna go in the bin. It breaks my heart. I hate throwing things, but it needs to go. I'll just keep this one separate because it might be okay. And then I'll look at the equipment I have. Okay, so canned pineapple, Google tells me, is best between 12 and 24 months, or up to 24 months. And it's been more than that, so that one's going in the bin. Potato starch, though, seems to say that it's one of the few items of food that doesn't really expire if it's been stored in a cool, dry place, which it has. So I think we might keep that too. And I'm going to text my family about the matzahs, but I think we can keep them. And then let's have a look at the bag of stuff. Right, so to begin with, we've just got some fun serviettes. But I will keep these, I think, not for this year, because this is more for like if I'm hosting and I'm not going to be hosting. We've got 2 bags. I'm really glad we've got bags as well, because it means that when I go shopping I can use these rather than ones that have been used for other things. Oh, that's heavy. Right, oh great. Oh, that's wonderful. I had no idea I had these. I've got 2 different frying pans. This one wasn't used at all, but I'm very glad I've got it. I've got a hand blender for soups. That's quite useful actually, except that I don't think I have a pot, but we'll see. And that's it in that bag. I also had some nail polish so that I could mark the items that I only used for Pesach stuff. Right, fabulous. Then in here, I've got quite a lot of Tupperware. I think I was quite ambitious. These all need to be washed. Do these not fit? They do. And then this I'm really glad to see actually. I've got some measuring cups and things. And that's really good for measuring things, obviously. I've got a spoon type thing, a mixing bowl, fabulous. Oh, these are nice. Got 2 bowls, which is good, because at the time I'm sure I only needed 1. But now I've got a second one for Wayne as well, for soup again, and any dishes. I was going to say with rice, but we don't have rice. I'm surprised they've lasted all these years. Very heavy. 1 singular mug. Wayne's not allowed to have any hot drinks, or we have to share. Although I don't know if I'll buy like coffee or tea. I don't know if I'll need it. 1 of these, which is very useful. What's this called? Potato peeler? Carrot peeler? Whatever. I don't even know where I got this one from, but that's great. Oh, and I do have 2 plates. Oh, that's wonderful. I couldn't see any plates before. It's a very nice set. Like, it's heavy, but it's nice. I like the way it feels. In Australia, one year we bought these square plates, which are just perfect, because as you would have seen, the matzah is rectangular/square, and it just fits perfectly, but we'll manage. Everything needs to be washed. I knew these would be in here. I knew that I've got 1 good knife, and I knew that I had a set of 3, and I didn't know what happened to them, and I wondered if I'd kept them for Pesach, and it turns out I had, but that was very wise of me because it means I have some knives now. And then is this cutlery. I'm surprised I bought cutlery, because you can kosher cutlery. Some. Certainly some of the ones I've got. And in fact, I think these as well. Yeah, if they're just plain metal, you can kosher them. So that's good, and that's great, because we've only got like 2.5 spoons, and it's been driving both of us mad, and I think there are a couple of spoons in here, so that's really good, because once Pesach's over, I can make them for regular use, which is great. And then another bag, and I love this bag. I think I got this bag when I had COVID, or maybe I didn't have COVID, but we were locked down for COVID, and one of my friend's friends, because the friend was in a house with me, their friend went shopping and brought back 5 bags, and each bag was like unintentionally tailored to each of us. So I got the Winnie the Pooh one, and I can't remember what other people got, but I love it. It's so cute. I need to empty these out though, because they've got like bits at the bottom. Okay, so my thoughts at the moment are, I don't need very much in terms of like equipment. I do need a lot in terms of food. I think a pot would be a good idea. Again, just for soups. I'm wondering if I can kosher any of the ones I have. I might be able to. And I'll need a chopping board. I think that's all I need in terms of stuff. And then I need to like sit down and make a list of food items I need. Specifically kosher food items, because like eggs and vegetables and potatoes I can buy at a regular supermarket. Alright, I'm gonna try and find some space. I mean, I think this will just take up one cupboard. And we've got 2 cutlery drawers, so I'll move everything into one cutlery drawer and then have one for kosher stuff. Oh, I'm running out of space. And I'll do the same for the rest of my stuff, and that should be good. I'm gonna stop talking because it's gonna stop recording me. Bye! Okay, so I've done the first task of the cutlery. That was very easy. I'm now going to try and empty all of this, and I've just created some space here, and I'm hoping I can get everything squished in. And then I can use those other 2 for all the Pesach stuff. That's the plan. We shall see if we're capable. Let's go. I'm not going to time-lapse that because it's very awkward with the doors and everything. But I will show you the end results, of course. Yay. Alright, it's 2:30 and I feel like I've kind of got everything done for today that I wanted to get done. Except the shopping, but I'm gonna wait till Wayne gets home because I think we should shop together. I've got all the Pesach stuff in one place and I've got space for anything that we buy, which shouldn't be a huge amount, but I think there's enough space for whatever we do need to get. If not, I'm sure I can create some more somewhere, but it would be easier to not have to do that. I've gone through the fridge. I've not thrown anything yet. But at the moment, I think I've put everything in either the top or bottom shelf. We've only got 3 shelves, but the middle one is the biggest. So I've currently left the middle one free for anything that we might need, plus the 3 in the door. There's like shelves, but smaller. I actually think I'll be able to get the top shelf cleared as well by the time we eat the things that are in there, or throw. There might be a couple of things that I've kept now for Wayne, but he might say we can throw that. The freezer is more or less empty, but I actually don't even know if we'll use it over Pesach, we'll see. And then I've got a few pieces of equipment and whatnot that are totally metallic, so I can kosher. But I'm not going to do that yet because so much of our kitchen is still, what's the word? Like, it's still got lots of like crumbs and stuff. So the proper clean I think will be on Friday, potentially even Saturday. Like there's no reason, although it needs to be gone by Saturday morning. So I think I'll do the proper clean on Friday. And then all the other last minute things we'll just figure out as they come up. I do think I'd like to do a laundry, and I definitely want to get rid of our recycling. I also want to get rid of our main rubbish, but I'll wait until Wayne gets home in case he says let's throw other things out. But I think I'll bring the recycling down now. I've been wanting to take it down for ages and I keep coming up with reasons not to. But I'll do that, and then I'm gonna have a look at my computer. My mum sent me some Pesach recipes, and I'm gonna have a look at them and see what I need to buy so that I can make them. I don't have a cupcake tin. I definitely want a cupcake tin and cupcake liners, so that's gonna be added to my list. I'm trying to build a shopping list so that I can like have everything for tonight and whichever other day I go shopping. But I'm feeling really good. I'm so glad I've been able to do all this before, 3 today. And, found the space for things. Like that's such a win, because I was worried about that. I thought that was gonna be really tough. The only thing now is making sure that Wayne doesn't touch anything unless I'm here to guide him, and figuring out what I'm gonna eat over the next few days. Tomorrow night we're going out, but aside from that, I have no idea. I have nothing. I've got some bread to use up, and I've got like Nutella, so I guess I'll just be eating a lot of that. It's not very healthy, but we'll survive. I'm also a little bit worried about what I'm gonna do for lunches, because I'm working quite a few days during Chol HaMoed, which is when it's still Pesach, but you're allowed to do things. I may have mentioned it already. So I still need to eat things kosher Pesach, and I still can't have I can't microwave food or anything like that. So we'll have to see. Because you can't even bring like a sandwich. Salad. Salad might be the way to go forward for that. We'll figure it out. But I'm feeling really good. I'm really happy. Yay! I'm gonna bring the recycling down. I'm psyching myself up. I keep looking at it. I have to do it. It'll take no time. I just hate doing it. Let's go. Hello. I did the recycling. I've put on a laundry. I put the bed sheet, but not the bed covers, or the duvet covers, because they're not necessary. Oh, I forgot to check the time. And I'm now frying myself an egg. I'm gonna have it with some toast. But having done that, I've realized I've actually only got 2 slices of bread left. So we're gonna see what we do over the next few days. It might just be a lot of going to the shops and buying like ready-made meals. We'll see. So aside from finishing up the shopping list and going shopping, I've done absolutely everything that I wanted to. I have no further obligations today, which is just, oh, it feels so good. And even tomorrow, the only thing I've got planned is we're going out to eat in the evening. Aside from that, nothing. So that feels just so nice. And I'm so glad I've been able to just bash things out today and get it all done. So my plan for this afternoon, once I have had lunch, is to make the shopping list and make sure I know exactly what I need to get, and then edit a video because I am running out of space because I filmed a lot today and also over the last few days. But that's chill. I can just sit on my bed and work away and yeah, good. I may speak to you later, we shall see, but that's like the main part of today done. Hello. I spent a lot of time editing and I finished editing and saved the video, but I haven't checked it yet. And then I spent a good half hour to an hour watching old Contiki videos and just crying, so that was fun. And then I had an apple with the rest of the Biscoff, and this is what the jar looks like now. I've really done my best to scrape it out, but I just had an idea. I wonder if I can use this in a drink. So I've just boiled the kettle, as you heard, and I'm now going to try pouring it into the jar. I hope it doesn't break. We'll find out. And I've made myself coffee. I'm just gonna be very careful with it. So I'm gonna try and make a sort of biscoffee, if you will. And I think if it works, I imagine it'll taste really good. I like my coffee sweet and not tasting of coffee. I think I've mentioned that before. And if it doesn't, then oh well. Oh, I'm very worried about the glass breaking, but for now it doesn't seem to. I've put the lid on. I'm just gonna try and shake it. Oh, that sounds like it's got too much heat. I mean, the color is good in terms of not that you'd want a drink to look this color, but it looks like it's picked up quite a lot of the scraps, so that feels good to me. That feels positive. If this works, my goodness, I'll be so excited. I'm very worried about how warm the jar is getting though. Oh no, I just spilt a bunch. That's a shame. Wait, let me just pour some. Or let's do it at least over the coffee so that if it spills, at least we don't lose everything. I wonder if I should use a spoon. Oh, this jar is getting very hot. Oh, that's too hot for my liking. I hope it doesn't explode. I've got a spoon here. Let's see if I can use it to loosen up some bits. I don't think I've ever seen a Biscoff coffee in coffee shops, and I feel like they're missing a trick there. I mean, this is a lot of effort, but I'm sure there are better ways of doing this. I'm very impressed that the glass hasn't shattered yet though. That feels surprising. Right, I think that's basically as good as we're gonna get it. That's so hot. That's the jar now. So we've done quite well. I'm gonna rinse that out with cold water because it's hard to hold. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. And then I'm just gonna fill the rest up with milk and water and see how it tastes. And I will probably let you know in an hour because I always need to wait a long time for my coffee and stuff to cool down. I'll let you know. All right, let's go. I'm not getting much Biscoff at the moment. It is sweeter than usual, which I like, but I'm not really getting any Biscoff flavouring, which is a shame. Maybe after Pesach, when I buy a new jar of Biscoff, I can try and make a proper Biscoff flavoured coffee. We'll see. But yeah, I like that it's sweeter, but it's not. And I'm glad I didn't waste those little bits of Biscoff in the jar. It's just a shame that it's not fully Biscoff flavoured. Oh well, we tried and at least it wasn't a fail. That's always good. Yay!